Hello and welcome. I will be going over the last section of this book, which is the life and culture of Y-357920318127777. Also, I'm just abbreviating that to Earth for the reading process. But this was released with Volume 10. It's a very good book. And it is basically an encyclopedia of all the three races that Foss was supposed to write but didn't. And it's in the perspective of a third party. I already explained that in the other videos, but just to give more context, if you're just watching this one will be going over the third race in the series, the ice flows, because it's a really small section compared to the other two. So this is probably going to be a really short video, and that's okay. So this is, and I really should learn how to pronounce their name, honestly, because in the English it's like Admirabilis or something. In the Japanese it's Adomirabisu, Ado Adomirabisu. I don't know if this is from anything like the why it's named this, because Lunarians, it's obviously in Japanese it's just Skijin, so it's more like moon people, but Lunarians makes sense. The gems are just called the gems. It's called Land of the Lustrous, but we rarely hear them called the Lustresses. Just because that just sounds weirder, so we just call them gems. And then I have no idea how to pronounce this. It's the snail people. Anyway, this is chapter three of Y-3579203181277 area. And this is kind of like the other section because it goes over the ice flows as well. So on Earth, that's what Earth says. Yeah. On Earth, in addition to the mineral life forms in Congo, there are seeds that appear to be intelligent life forms. We were able to confirm two types, Admirabilis, that one, and drift ice, or the ice flows. So that's what this says. And then here's the Adomirabilis, Admirabilis, Admirabilis, yeah, okay, that's their name now. Admirabilis were an aquatic race that lied extensively in the oceans of the south hemisphere of planet Earth. It is believed that they appeared tens of thousands of years after the extinction of ancient organisms. It is highly probable that the species was originally marine organisms, and a species that was born between the organisms that migrated from the land to the sea. While moving, it takes the form of a small mollusk carrying a shell-like egg. So this is what it looks like while moving. But during predation and breeding season, it takes the form of bee, with many tentacles on its lower body within its own territory. The shell is enclosed inside the body. Its translucent body is mostly made up of mussels, and it eats seaweed, which is its staple food, by uprooting it. They will also crush corals and eat them. It also entangles and preys on small sharks. Its mouth is at the base of the tentacles. The society of was strongly ruled by bloodlines and had a strict class system. There is a distinction between males and females, and they reproduce sexually, but the gender ratio is biased, female to male. So there's 1,000 females for every one male, which is insane. That would be interesting. Anyway, males are prized and treated with care. Successive rulers are always female, and the head female becomes king. The head female becomes king, swells and changes into a crown like. The head of the female who becomes king swells and changes into a crown-like shape. The figure shows an individual believed to be a young king. And so like this, yeah. Are highly fertile, laying hundreds of eggs at a time. In the past, the estrus period was limited, but after the giant squid, a natural predator, became extinct due to the changes in the ocean temperatures, adult became able to reproduce at all times along with social stability. As a result, at its peak, the number of individuals exceeded 1 billion, and they faced food problems due to the shortage of their staple food, seafood, and seaweed. Since they were starving, cannibalism became the norm. Lovely. Yeah. Since they were starving, cannibalism became the norm, and they gradually disappeared completely from the ocean. Recently on Earth, groups of about 8 have been observed in shallow waters of the southern hemisphere ocean. It seems that the seeds were meticulously connected. Whatever that means. Yeah. So that's for this page. There's really not as much information on them as the other races. But yeah, that's what we know about them. And then we have this cool page. This page is really cool. So this is of course the ice flow page. We have this image of the ice flows, which is very much similar to how they are in the manga. It might just be straight from the manga. Then we have we really need a name for this guy, like the community. I've heard what Rongo, brother to the Congo. But this is, Congo's brother is what this was hinting at. This was in volume 10, so we didn't know about him. He wasn't known when this was released, so it's very interesting. I'm wondering if the reason why it does this is because we're not supposed to know about him and his connection to the ice flows. So this is so the wiki has what it can make out of. So these are redacted. I'm just going to say redacted for all the things that we can't really read. I mean, it's not really redacted. It's just, they blur the kanji so that you can't really see what the kanji was supposed to be, There are, I'll just say question mark. There are question mark that appeared in, it's easier to just say redacted. There are redacted that appear in Earth's redacted ocean. They take a redacted form and emit redacted because they redacted the gems when they hibernate, and the redacted in charge of redacted goes around redacted, important redacted, observed exhibiting strange behavior. We are currently investigating, but having seen this redacted, life redacted, throw away redacted, we form we redacted, and redacted out redacted, transitional and incomplete redacted, to us redacted, claimed / rights, redacted will / intention, redacted failure, redacted mother and father, parents, redacted honor, redacted. So there's really not a lot you can get here. It's interesting that mother is stated, like maybe it's talking about Congo's brother, and I'm trying to see where the kanji for that is. Oh yeah. That's mother. That's parents or father and mother right there. It's interesting how like they're distorted and how some of them can be made up. I'm wondering if you're supposed to be able to make out some of them more than others, because that's a kanji. Even though it's very poor quality, you can tell what type of kanji that is. But since you don't know the other ones, I guess you don't really know what it's saying. But yeah, see, at some points it's very clear, and at some points it's not. It's just a very cool page. Yeah. And so the last ones, so here we have ko, right here. So we have ko, ni, where's the other one? Ko, ni, oh, yeah, kon, if you go it this way. So kon, ni, chi, wa. And then that's konnichiwa is like hi in Japanese, or hello. And so that's just very cool. This probably can be distinguished. This is that's book. That's the kanji for book. That's the kanji for something. It looks like this could also be deciphered. If someone in the comments knows Japanese better than me, I also don't want to look it up right now. If I do, maybe I'll make an update or a theory about it or something. But it's very cool because this is like giving information on what we shouldn't know about yet. Because this came out with volume 10, so we didn't know the ice flows and the connection with Congo's brother. And of course, it's saying hi, and with Congo's brother just staring right at us. Maybe like he messed with this document somehow or something like that, which is very interesting. It's just such a cool page, and I literally so I was flipping through when I first got this. I was flipping through every single page because I was like, oh wow, this is so cool. I couldn't read. I didn't take the effort of reading everything, but I was just flipping through every single page, looking at all the images, and then I got to the Admirabilis, and then I got the Admirabilis, that's what that is, and the ice flows, and when I saw this and started to try to read it, I was like, that's so cool. Just like it's cool that it's like hinting at the ice flows and the Congo's brother, but it's not giving information about it. And the just like the editing on this page is just really cool to read after everything has been so clear the entire time, and then to get to this page and it be all muffled and make it so you can't read it. It's really cool, and the fact that it extends to the next page too. It's just such a good book, man. My I feel like my Australian is like a little. Anyway, it's just such a good book. Uh, and it's just so cool how like it goes here, and then you see Congo's arm or Congo's brother's arm like reaching out. But it's such a like shocking thing to see after going through the rest of the book, because you're just reading, you finally you're like, oh, the ice flows. I want to know about the ice flows, and then whoop, nope, you don't get to know. You get more information in volume 12. So yeah, that's just very cool. Yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments if you are reading the Japanese and find a like translation mistake, because the translation on the wikis aren't or they're not unofficial. They're so if you translate anything differently or something like that, let us know in the comments. If you can read this page, if you can decipher all the text in this page, let me know. The images of all the pages are on the wiki. Uh, Most of them provided by, or half of them. Oh yeah, no, I provide. Yeah, all of them provided by me. Because I was like, I need to scan this and get this so people can read it. So yeah, if you are interested in that, you can look at the wiki to get a image of this page. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. Let me know what you thought about this book in general, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this whole video, and if you watched the other two videos too, thank you so much for watching those as well. Those two ones are really long. This one is a lot shorter. So I appreciate you staying here for this long. Uh, anyway, see you next time.